So during the entirety of the action, I'm going to be holding Jane's hand to make sure that she remains comforted. It'll also make it so that as far as the action is concerned, the creature that's inside her can more easily secretly jump to me without others noticing.
Jane does look normal to Richie's eyes, even unencumbered with Perfect World. However, normal, she's pretty ugly looking right now. I mean, who takes Perfect World off?
How old is Jane, though?
She is 2 years younger than Ted over here. So
Who is
she's
19?
17.
Right?
Yeah.
She's 17.
Yeah.
17.
So she's like going through
me in the stash of
puberty.
you.
Nobody even sees that anymore. Like, what even
Nah, you're
is
fine.
acne? Like, you don't see that ever. I mean, you know about it. You take care of it, but you don't talk about it, right? And yeah, as the bus drives off, the stiff figure watches you go. They're just like a normal.
Are we
normal
taken
person.
aback by Richie's appearance?
Yes. In fact, so you notice that Richie had been fiddling with his Perfect World, and then suddenly he changes, and there's just this hideous figure in front of you. You don't even like he has. I don't know, Richie. What do you
How
look
hideous
like?
is he?
Yeah, how
I don't know what I
disgusting.
He's got body hair in all the wrong places, like so much.
Well, describe your
asymmetrical
Gross,
body.
disgusting.
Wait,
Itchy.
are you just wearing an ill-fitted like undershirt?
Your eyes are drawn to the fact that his eyes are not perfectly symmetrical.
like a white
His
beard.
nose,
You look like Carl.
it's not perfectly symmetrical. In fact,
Aqua Teen.
so many parts of his face aren't perfectly symmetrical.
Do you have a neck
Carl
beard?
from Aqua Teen Hunger First.
Neck
Okay.
beard. Neck beard.
How I see this is that we are so used to people being perfect or like moderately beautiful
that normal looking people.
yeah, normal. We're just like, oh, like our standard has
Yeah.
been so highly raised.
Exactly.
No,
and
I don't like it.
Don doesn't react to Richie's change in
He
appearance.
doesn't. Thomas goes, oh, boss man, Richie, you gotta. Why'd you take your Perfect World off? I don't want to see that. I don't even want to think about that.
I had to. I needed to know what was going on outside.
Oh, okay. We'll put it back on, please.
Yeah, Richie, put it back on. Nothing's going
Just-
on.
You're scaring us, Rich.
Now, how long
golly.
does it take for it to go back on?
Takes 5 minutes.
Okay.
It's a 5-minute shutdown.
We all close our
and,
eyes.
No, I want every time
load
Don
up
turns to
process.
talk to him, he just goes.
Okay, now, since I'm getting this hyper pressure from everybody to submit, I will.
Ian does not judge you. On our planet, we only judge you by your psychic footprint.
I'm being judged by enough people minus Ian that I will turn it back on.
In fact, Richie's probably feeling kind of nauseous himself as he looks around the rest of the people. Now there are two people in the crew who look very close, if not the same, to their yes. So it's Ian and it's JP Augustine, because he washes his, like, you don't know about the rest of him, but his face looks the exact same because every
I
day.
described earlier my regimen.
Every day, yep, he performs that regimen. So that's why he looks the same. And then Ian comes from a planet without Perfect World, so he probably still takes care of himself and even modeled his perfect image after his real image. Who does that? Anyway, so Jane is as she watches the figure go, she shivers, but then she looks around and she goes, there were 3 more of them. What happened to the rest? That one wasn't actually one of the ones who was chasing me.
Greg is currently driving the bus forward, right?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Take us.
Greg's
Oh,
like,
he's going
Don,
backwards.
I told.
Or
See,
they
there was
stopped.
we were stopped like 30 seconds. 30 seconds. I mean, it's fine. It's fine, boss. Don't worry.
We
How
really
long
need to
has
get a
Jane been
crew
gone?
that doesn't sound
Didn't her
constantly
family decide
flabbergasted.
Jane should be gone for a while?
Oh
Yes.
my god!
Jeez.
No, this is Jane,
This is the.
who
We're all
Ted
mourning.
met secretly with.
Oh, okay.
We're gonna go
That's the
around the
other.
leaf.
That's
It's
the-
not her sister.
Oh, okay.
Very confusing. Her sister's name is Jenny.
Okay.
Jenny and Janie?
Jenny's the one
Jenny
who's been
and Jane.
missing.
Jenny
Oh,
has
okay.
been missing.
Okay.
Jenny is gone. She was part of
Yep.
the idol group.
Yep,
Girls.
Cotton Candy Girls.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
kind
right.
of.
Yeah,
Yeah, there's the whole mystery.
Use.
The CCG.
Okay.
There's an earthquake.
So,
It's gonna show up on the camera.
Yeah, she mentions that there were 3 others, and then as Greg takes a turn that will bring you back out onto the highway. Ooh, I don't know. Who would see this? Let's roll some dice and find out if anyone sees this. So...
Which one of these would even fall under
Can
the realm of
sexy-
Exactly.
perception?
Can sexy be the perception stat? Because you're
Presence.
constantly
Presence.
aware
It
of
would be
how...
presence.
No, because
It'd be
presence is like your
Well,
force
then
of
let's
personality.
go for
No,
it.
but it's like charisma in D&D. It's the go-to for because the others don't.
We'll use
connect it.
wisdom to do perception. D&D.
It is now, but charisma contains that your mental more than your physical.
Mhm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Let's see some
So
presents.
Because
I
you're
actually
definitely not
rolled
going to
this
detect
one.
it with your
Oh,
tap dancing.
nice. Okay.
I'm going to tap
That's
dance
fair.
my way into the.
Yeah, well,
8.
I'll roll for Ricky.
You don't want 8. You want 6 or lower.
We both got 8.
Have it.
8 ain't
He's
great.
probably got...
I know.
You said sexy.
No,
Okay,
presence,
Ri-
yeah.
Richie, you see
Presence.
2.
I got a 2.
Nice.
All right. Wow. On the D20.
There's a
I was too
24.
focused on Jane.
All right.
To
So
look outside the
any
bus.
anyone who rolled less than a 6
Nice.
is probably looking around when she mentions this, and you see that there are, as Greg turns the corner, 3 figures are standing in an alleyway, and they also look at the bus. Their faces are also obscured, but they're not the same. They don't have this mask.
Ooh.
Instead, they're blank. They're like blurred, like a censorship oval just over their face.
Mm.
Now,
Like
do
they're
they
faceless.
look the same as the one that I saw? Because I'm still
Yes.
my thing hasn't
Your
turned back
perfect
on
world hasn't turned booted up yet, and they look. These just look like average people. Like the other one was a little
yet. Like gross average
stiffer.
people.
No.
Are they inter-
actually look. They look like people who either take. Yeah, they look like people who take very good care of themselves.
Are they in our
It's kind of weird though.
No,
There's
they're in an alley.
there's like a dark skinned
drive by.
man in a suit.
we do have a bus.
With like a tie. There's a woman in like a long dress, and then there's somebody who looks like a teenager, got like a backpack on, but they all they watch you as the bus drives off, and their heads follow you.
So they're not chasing.
They're
They're
not
stationary.
Is
chasing, 'cause the
there
bus is
Bye bye.
is there in the world a known group of freedom fighters who oppose the Matrix and are trying to tear it down?
Let's see. Ian, you might know. Ian would probably. Everybody else probably wouldn't know about this, but Ian probably knows because he came. I mean, his mother did all sorts of research to make sure it was safe, even though she had some feelings about her little boy going off to this weird alien world. There's a group of people. They're not freedom fighters, but they are anti-industrialism folks.
Okay.
Luddites.
Right. So they're
Primitivists.
yeah, but they're not
Yeah.
like specifically focused on perfect world being
No.
horror and trying to blow that thing up. Specifically.
Yeah, no, they're not fighting against it. They just don't participate in it.
Oh,
So
Okay, that's fine.
Interesting.
Yeah. So they're not like the kind that would kidnap people to like extract them.
Yeah.
not usually. Yeah. And actually, the name for the people, they call themselves.
What if
The Emish.
They call
functionals.
themselves the Decroissants.
Croissants?
It's an ancient word, Decroissance. It's actually based off of a real world movement. In the 20,000 years, you know, the year 2000.
20,000?
20,
Whoa!
the 2000, the year 2000, the 2000s. Yes. Anyway,
He's a vampire.
yeah. So there's a group of people who don't participate, but not much is known about them. I mean, they're sort of, you know, they're kind of weird. They're like I don't know, like average people think about the Amish. It's like, why wouldn't you want to use technology? That seems weird. Technology does all these great things for us, but they're
I have all these
technology
questions, but my
means
characters
you
know
never
this.
have to bathe again.
all right.
So no one
Zach knows.
despite seeing all this,
I don't think, I saw them, but I
Yeah.
don't know about
So-
this.
Yeah.
anyone who says if we saw it, I would definitely say, "Hey, is it those guys?"
Oh, those guys? Who are those guys?
Well, I would think that once we bring attention to it, that people would turn
Oh.
over there and
So somebody
and look.
who saw it should say.
Oh
"Hey,
yeah,
look at
yeah.
that."
Oh,
'Cause Jane was just telling the story about
pointing
it.
him
Yeah.
out to Jane, and then she turns and she sort of recoils away, and like you feel like an upsurge in her terror, and then you suck it up, and yes, it was
Sherry said it.
them. I don't know why. I was following the graffiti, and then it was leading me over here, and then I turned a corner, and the one of them, the shorter one, the one with the backpack, was standing at an alleyway, and I asked him if he was lost, and then he didn't say anything. He just started to walk towards me. I don't know what did it, but something about the way he moved, it unnerved me, and I turned and I began to run, and then from the other alleyway, I broke out into the street, and then from across the street, the other two were there, and then I started running. That, well, you know the rest.
What is this graffiti you're talking about?
Yeah.
The graffiti. I was looking for when I was looking for Jenny. Somebody, I can't remember who, but I was at one of the rallies, and somebody said maybe the Decroy sons knew something about it. Disappearances. So to follow the graffiti to find them.
You realize those people were crackpots, right?
I don't really know. I
Look.
hadn't heard anything about them before.
Look, Jane, sweetie, I know you've been through a lot today. I understand that, but you got to realize there's nothing to worry about. Okay? Like whatever
Yeah,
you
you're with me
encountered,
now.
whatever you encountered, I'm sure it was just some crazy guys being weird, okay?
I mean, they didn't
Now-
seem weird. They seemed like regular people.
What'd you say,
I
Richie?
mean, yeah, they were just standing there.
They just looked like normal people. Didn't seem weird to me.
No, I'm talking about whoever Jane was running from.
You mean
So
those
so
people
Richie
outside?
Richie's back to normal now. You maybe somebody flinches as they like, or like, is he gonna be ugly? Oh no, he's fine now.
Look,
Okay.
let's just get back to the next hotel. You boys can get a rest so you can get your beauty sleep, get ready for the next concert. Okay? We still got a tour to do here. We still got a campaign to do here.
Absolutely.
We'll just drop you off somewhere, Jane. Where do you need to go?
She lists off a hotel. It's a couple blocks away from what is the name of the hotel? It was it the back street
It
Arms.
was a Tokyo hotel.
No, it was like the
Tokyo
yeah,
Arms?
No, I mean
It was like the
something as a-
Backstreet
yeah.
Arms and Crescent and Arms or something. Anyway,
Wait, was
yeah,
she there by herself?
She's on the side of the road.
she
yeah.
is. Yeah, she's staying at a hotel.
We'll
It's kind
we'll
of a-
take you back to your room.
Yeah.
Is that
Okay.
okay?
But then we
Is
got to keep
17
moving,
okay?
alright?
Well, the manager of the place is a friend of my mom's from college, so she's letting me. It's not charging me anything to stay there while I look.
Yeah, see? She's got a family friend. And best of luck to you, Jane, but we've got a show to run.
Right, and Thomas is sort of frowning. He's like, boss lady, maybe you should go home. I don't know much about being followed by it, but those folks, they don't seem too friendly, and if we can't even figure out who they are, no telling what might happen.
I agree.
Which member of the band is the strong big brother type?
Me.
Yeah,
I'm the
so
older
Johnny
one.
Hendrixx.
that'd be Johnny
Oh, okay.
Hendrixx.
Alright. So I will repeat, is it okay? But this time I would call Johnny and say, Johnny, is this okay?
Oh yeah, who knows about Ted's secret? So Jane,
What was the
I do.
secret?
Jane is actually like sort of looking towards you, Ted, to see.
I
if
don't
you
know
like-
about their
Oh,
secret.
right. Oh, sorry. I was letting everyone else go. I was like, is there a secret?
Well,
We'd always stay in the same room, right? If we do the thing.
No, we have separate rooms at the
Yeah.
hotel.
For each of us, like just for me.
No, there were
There-
two.
there
Don't
are-
you remember? I was like, in
There
the
were
other, like-
there were 3 rooms.
Oh, and
Right.
Don Mallard
Because JP got his own room, remember, and the rest of you were paired up. And Micah was with Ted.
Yeah, that sounds right.
I got to sneak her into my.
And Ian
I got
was
to sneak
with
this
Johnny.
this underage woman into my hotel room.
Don, how does this sound? She's been under a lot of stress. Things have been really tough. What if she came to our next show? Treat her. You know, make her feel better. A goodwill gesture to our fan.
Yeah.
People would love that.
Yeah, fine. That's great. It's good press, but we got to take her home for today.
But that's
Sounds fine. Yeah. Sounds great. Thank you so much, Mr.
Mallard.
Thank you so much, Mr. Mallard.
Yeah. Yeah,
Alright.
don't mention it.
Okay.
Takes another swig from his flask.
All right. So Greg continues driving. Rest of the ride goes pretty smoothly. If nobody wants to say anything else, we arrive at the address she gave you, and then Jane gets off.
Does she?
how far away
legitimately-
is it? Oh, sorry, you go first.
Yeah.
Does she legitimately feel like she's okay with it?
Yeah.
You can tell that she's really frightened, but that at the same time, she doesn't want to, like, she's too proud to beg, and she doesn't want to, I don't know, get herself in worse trouble, especially with somebody who's obviously a big important person at Big E Entertainment like Don Mallard.
Important.
Still your manager over here.
How?
So Greg pulls
I
up
know.
to the the hotel that her mom's friend owns, and stops and says, "Here's the stop." Eek. Door opens. Ka-chunk. All right then.
I hand her my number
Yeah.
because
Thank you, Ted.
here, if I, like secret, like if I, you just call me and make sure.
She already has your number.
Oh, she does.
Yeah. She
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
she'll have
that
that
rendezvous.
Do you hand it again?
Is that what I did?
Do you hand her the number again?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
If you were a fly,
that's
if you were a
stupid.
fly sitting on her shoulder, you could see that in her phone she has like the name Ted, and then there's like question mark heart.
Maybe you hand her a burner phone.
Would I have a burner?
Yeah, you would have a burner phone for no reason other than to feel cool. You just
That
have
sounds like Ted.
Okay.
That is something that would
Call
not
me
be
on
confiscated
call
from
me on
you.
my burner
This is-
phone.
This is a very special phone. That
Okay.
sounds so dumb.
But you say it like in front of all of us.
All
No, I
right.
just say it sneakily to her. I like, give her a hug goodbye and say stay safe. And then I give her and I
Okay.
pass this when I in the hug all secret like to try
All
and
right.
like make sure no one
She-
like call me on this.
Okay.
Untraceable.
Pre-scented with your cologne.
She just
Yeah, she
smells.
like
the-
slips it into a
Smells
handbag, and then she's like, "Okay, then. Thank you so much. Thank all of you. I'll see you at your show." And then she gets off the bus, and you can see her walk in. And
Great.
I watch her like this
Greg
on the
waits
window.
until she gets through the door, and then he closes the door, turns on the
When did
bus, and drives back. to
When
the
did she
hotel.
say the last time she saw her sister was?
It was like,
The auditions for like the Candy Girl.
yeah.
she
So
was
it
in
was like 3
CCG.
months ago.
Yeah.
You guys have been
Yeah.
you guys have been working together as a band for 3 months before like they started the actual competition. It was right at the end of the group like formation period where they eliminate individuals and then form these like power idol groups out of the rest.
Oh, so Jenny never made the cut. Like she disappeared before.
She was slated to make the cut. She was all signed up. She had her name on the paperwork. It all filled out to be part of the Cotton Candy Girls. And then the day that you're supposed to show up at the
didn't.
hotel where you will now be staying, instead of like financing your own way,
Right.
she never showed.
Okay.
Disappeared.
So we
So
still figured out who's in it instead of her.
Yeah. So effectively, she's no longer on anyone's radar.
Yeah,
I think
yeah. Nobody.
I think we
nobody's-
would need to figure out who's the manager for them.
Go rough them up,
We'll just figure it out.
or just.
So you
figure it
guys
out.
are walking up to the hotel room.
So like as
Cool.
we're walking
Very
up,
soft.
like
How far is this hotel from?
I'm mentioning this to you. Hey Don, You wouldn't happen to know the manager for that Cotton Candy Girls group, would you?
I mean, probably. I'd have to look it up.
Could you?
Yeah.
Sure, I can look into it. Look, get some sleep, all right? We got a big day tomorrow.
How far is this hotel from the hotel she's staying at?
It's 3 blocks.
Oh, so it's not that far, actually.
Yeah, not,
Okay.
not far at all.
We're in the hotel district.
Of this entire planet.
Yeah.
You know, I mean,
Hotel.
every city has that place.
Yeah.
There's like a hotel on every block.
Yeah.
Then
Downtown
A&W.
Seattle.
I want your thing.
A&W root beer.
I
They
want
have
your
a
name-
restaurant, and I found out when I was a kid, I was freaked out.
I want your name tag to have one so that when you fold it over this way, it just says the Batman.
Well, no, I snapped my fingers, and now I'm wearing a fedora in addition.
Oh, no.
Oh.
Do you have fingerless gloves?
Nice.
But he makes it
No,
work. He makes
I make it work. Fingerless.
That's never happens.
It
A
happens
fedora
sometimes.
with an open leather jacket and jeans.
Okay,
Ooh.
so
Totally
as you
works.
guys are going back to the
A duster.
back street, Crescent and Arms, there's like the top of the hotel is just like, I don't know, some backstreet music video. I'm sure everybody here has seen like 100 times, and it's just like one repeating 10-second clip from that, and it's just them like doing their formation,
What is this song?
choreographed like really like hammy dance.
Like early 2000 boy
Yeah.
band, where it's just like
Yep.
they're kind of doing the
The
steps.
very beginning, yeah.
Is their super famous Razor Scooter dance one?
Oh.
If there was a razor scooter boy band, that'd be
That's
so
how all
much
that's how all
cooler.
the bellhops get around in the hotels. They all ride razor scooters.
Yeah, I like it.
It's thematic, yeah.
Wow.
This is a theme hotel. Yep.